Kleptocracy. Moral virtue of a country will be followed by economic virtue. Moral decay will be followed by economic decay. The nation's $13 trillion debt, the massive debt by all but a few states, is no accident. It is a natural result of the system designed to protect those who run it from those who must live under it. Kleptomaniac is someone who steals compulsively. Kleptocracy is a term who describes how our political system is run. It is a mishmash of competing cooperative special interest groups that operate with the shadow of a constitutional foundation. Modern politics is now competing gangs. Who wins defines who is right. A perverted ethics where might makes right. The cause of rights is lost. The causality of our history is lost. The warnings our founders and others sounded throughout history are lost. Rights are from the Creator, a result of our physical and intellectual reality. We are given a mind, we must be free to think. We are given a body, we must be free to use it. Ayn Rand identifies a right as a moral sanction of a positive, of a man's freedom to act on his own judgment for his own goals, by his own voluntary, uncoerced choice. As to his neighbors, his right imposes no obligations on them except the negative kind, to abstain from violating his neighbor's rights. Your right to your life, your right to your property, and your right to your liberty to use them is necessary for the pursuit of your happiness. Thieves rarely speak honestly and say, "I was taking it because I wanted it. It was easier than paying for it, and I thought I could get away with it." Thieves have many excuses to justify harming their victims while pretending they're not really victims. They were too rich. They won't miss it. I need it. They stole it from someone else. I have a right to it. We can do what we want because the people voted us here. The law said we can keep these people away from the polls. The law said we can have over $70 million to run our nominating convention. The law said we can fine a man $80,000 for the cost to scrub him from the people's ballot for daring to run against us. And the kleptocrats have the lying audacity to mutter words, "Elect us so we may protect your freedom." Who's going to protect us from them? The Constitution is supposed to limit what government and its officials are permitted to do. The Constitution was made to protect the people from the government, not to protect the government from the people. Kleptocracy hides in the open behind the color of law. The color of law is the faulty legal logic that government official can do no wrong because, well, they're government officials. It's good to be king. Actually, we threw out the kings and their princes. The kleptocrats in government operate under the color of law with the same morality of a thief who says, "I can do it because I can get away with it," or a thug who brazenly says, "You can't stop me." Adam Smith observed that monopoly is the enemy of good management. And there's a rejoinder to that. Monopolies require government protection to last. It is time to call the mismanagers to account. But this will not happen until we the people become informed, not only to the numerous symptoms of our problems, but more importantly, the root cause of the problems. We will be wise to avoid the numerous distractions and evil divisive tactics both parties use to divide the people so they can stay in power. The left-right battle they wage daily is political theater for fools. The root cause of government unaccountability is a kleptocracy that protects itself at the ballot box. The political monopoly of special interest groups that is commonly known as Republican and Democratic parties. It is no accident that year after year, poll after poll finds government officials unattached to reality and unresponsive to the people. They don't need to be. They are a government-protected monopoly. We can't compete with them at the ballot box unless we spend millions just getting on the ballot, while they use taxpayers' millions to keep us off the ballot and out of the primaries. They have rigged a game, so we can't get rid of them. But that scam only works as long as its nature is not revealed. I have revealed it. We can regain our government from the grip of special interest groups. We can regain our government from the grip of the kleptocrats. They're stealing our rights, they're stealing our freedoms, they're stealing our country, they're stealing our future. We must start by understanding the true nature of their fraudulent monopoly, then remove those protections created by and for the Republican Democratic parties if we're ever to get our country back from those kleptocrats. This is a First Amendment production. A just government respects the rights of all people equally and grants special favors to none.